All right. Hello. Here
Hey,
we are. Christina,
hey, Tessa.
how are you?
I'm good. Having
Good.
you?
I'm excellent. I'm super excited. We are here for a very specific and special reason today to announce a 200-hour teacher training that Christina and I are hosting at her beautiful studio, Imagine Yoga Studio in Lake Oswego. And so we're just going to do a little bit of fun FAQ. So for those of you out there who are interested in doing a teacher training, or have maybe even thought about it, but we're like, why would I do that? Do I even want to teach? Do I have to teach if I do a teacher training? So we're going to just kind of go through the lay of the land in terms of what does it mean to do a teacher training and all of the logistics that come along with it. So I will start off by asking Christina a question, and then we'll just kind of switch back and forth. So Christina,
Yes.
who is involved in this teacher training?
Well, you and I, Tessa Tovar and Christina Coco Hackenjos, are leading the training. This is a training that was created by Rosie Acosta, who is both of our teacher and who we've trained extensively with. And then all the lovely people that will be joining us. We are capping the amount of attendees for this one at 10. So it will be an intimate group, no matter which way you cut it. So it'll be a lovely, lovely group. And that's what's involved. We might have some guest teachers too.
Yes. Ooh, very special and fun surprises. We're going to just pop in there.
All right, Tessa, can you tell me what the dates are for this?
Yes, so it's coming up. It's going to begin. So it's a 7-week module. And that first weekend module begins January 6th of 2023. And because they're 7 weeks, we spread them out. So about 2 modules per month. So you can think of it like, okay, I'm going to dedicate 2 weekends per month from the months of January through April to this 7-week module teacher training. We will wrap up our teacher training by April 30th, that weekend of April 30th, no later. So if you were to look at the dates, if you were to go onto my website, tessatovar.com or imagineyogastudio.com, am I saying that website right?
Yeah.
Okay, imagineyogastudio.com, and look at both of our websites have all those dates and logistics on it. You would see that there are actually 8 modules carved out. And we added an extra weekend at the end of April, just in case we experience any adverse weather where we couldn't all meet together at the studio. So just keeping that in mind when you're looking at what kind of a commitment this is. It does go from January to April. It is a commitment of 7 weekends. And we do have 1 makeup weekend reserved.
Awesome.
So I'm going to ask Christina the question. Well, I kind of already asked you this. Where is it located? Imagine Yoga Studio. Do you want to say anything else about the studio, Christina?
Imagine Yoga Studio, just for people who aren't familiar with my studio, it's in downtown Lake Oswego. So Lake Oswego is a suburb, a southern suburb of Portland. And so it's downtown Lake Oswego. So it's right off of the main drag, Highway 43. We're beautiful, beautiful little studio right there on 2nd Street.
Yeah, it is a sweet spot. I love that area.
Yeah, it's very fun. There's lots of places to eat around there and to go and do, and it's near the lake. You could walk to the lake. And Tessa, I think people are going to be curious about cost.
Yes, cost. So we do have an early bird rate that if you were to lock that in and pay in full by November 30th, that would be $2,750. So that's about a $250 discount. And then it's $3,000 in total if you miss that early bird discount rate, which would be due by the middle of December. Now, if you're going, I really want to do this teacher training, but that feels really cost prohibitive. What are my options? Do I have options? We do have payment plans available. That's something that we would have you work directly with the studio on setting up those payment plans. And I believe there's a $50 administrative fee added on to the cost. just to make sure that we get all those kinks worked out and you get what you need and the studio gets what you need. Do you want to add anything to that, Christina?
No, I just want people to know that that definitely is an option, and just email me and we'll work it out on a case-by-case basis. So we have a plan. Tessa and I have come up with a plan, but we're absolutely happy to work with people.
Yeah, we definitely want this to be something. If you're like, I really want to do this, but money is an issue, please talk to us. Don't let that hold you back from doing this teacher training. So next question I have for you, Christina, is what happens when I'm done? Am I qualified to teach a class? Am I prepared to teach a class?
Yes, this is a question that we get asked a lot, and you will be qualified to teach a class. You'll be Yoga Alliance certified, and so our training is accredited through the Yoga Alliance, and so they've deemed it this particular training valid and comprehensive and acceptable. So you will be, and then through the course of the training, we will teach you, we will guide you on how to construct a class, how to teach a class, how to find your voice and have a sense of confidence in holding space for a class. And so by the end of the training, we'll have lots of time to practice in there. You're not going to be just thrown out of the nest. And then you'll also have access to both Tessa and I as well afterwards to help answer questions and help get you out there and ready. So you'll be ready.
Yeah, I love it. It really is a nest. It's such a sweet little nest that you create with your peers and your teachers. And I can't wait to get back in it. I'm so excited.
I know, me too. Which leads me to the next question is, why would people like to take training like this? So I'll let you go ahead and take that one, Tessa.
Awesome. So for me, there's so many reasons. I've done multiple teacher trainings, like Christina mentioned, we've done this multiple times. And each time I come to the training, it's nuanced, right? Like I always had this inclination that I should teach yoga. People used to tell me that all the time, Tessa, you should teach yoga. And for decades, I kind of ignored that. And then eventually I found this teacher training through YogaWorks. And I decided that the reason I was taking that training was because I wanted to try making a career out of teaching yoga. And it was more multifaceted than that, though. And I experienced this through other peers in my class with me who were just there taking a teacher training to deepen their knowledge of yoga or spend time with somebody in this really sweet, precious container in this very safe way, because the purpose of this type of yoga practice is to really deepen your knowledge and understanding of self. And that is really the purpose of yoga in general, is to reach your highest potential, to become self-actualized. And so this is something that it really takes more than your 60-minute on average public asana class. You really do need a deeper container. You do need time to study at the feet of teachers who have gone before you, and you do need to study the philosophical texts. So this is, and we, like Christina was mentioning, we do prepare you to teach a very well-rounded, a safe yoga asana class if that is something that you desire. But sometimes people show up because they just want to build their own practice and have their own home practice and know that they're doing it safely and honoring the roots of yoga. So there's so many different reasons to join a teacher training. It isn't just for those who want to teach. It is also those who are just passionate about yoga and want to learn more. Do you have anything to add to that, Christina?
No, I don't. I think you touched on everything. And yes, to be a teacher, but also I will say that and the majority of, I've done several trainings, and so often people are just there to deepen their relationship with yoga and to learn more, that something about being in an asana class somewhere along the way stirred their soul in a way that made them crave like the more. And this is often a place where you find it. So it is called a teacher training, but we're not always training people who want to be teachers. Want to lead an asana class. They end up becoming teachers of life. So Yeah, that's all I was
Mhm.
going to ask or add to that.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful and well said. Thank you. What would you tell me a little bit about your personal experience with your, and you don't have to touch on all of your teacher trainings, but I'd just love to hear about your personal experience with your teacher trainings, being a student in a teacher training.
Yeah, it was, and this is actually the part that I'm most excited about too, is being able to be, like you were saying, in that container again. Um, so my first teacher training had like 20 people, 25 people in it. So that's a really large teacher training. And yet when you're going into something like this with a group of people, and this goes with all of my teacher trainings that I've done, and I've done 3. And you end up just having, like you were saying, it creates this really safe container that you're in with these other people. So you're going on this journey with others. And yes, you're doing all the things. You're practicing yoga asana, which is the movements. You're learning philosophy, you're learning anatomy, and you're dealing with the aspects of that that really resonate with you, and then the aspects that are more challenging, but you're doing it in the context of a diverse group of people. So you also are, sometimes you're able to support other people in their challenges, and they're able to support you in yours. And that just creates this bond of people, and it's a sangha, it's a community, a group of people. And it's just one of the most beautiful and supportive and lovely things that I've ever experienced. It changes you in really wonderful ways.
Yeah. In ways
Yeah.
you would never expect, I think. I mean, I know I've been profound, I can't underscore that word enough. I've been profoundly transformed by all of the teacher trainings I've done, in particular, my first teacher training, because I was really able to come to it with the beginner's mind and just soak everything up like a sponge. And it was such a almost ethereal, mystical, magical space to be in for that period of time.
I agree. Is there anything else you wanted to add about your experiences? Because you've done 3 teacher
Mhm.
trainings proper as well. Not
Yeah, I
really,
mean,
I guess we've done 4, our yoga nidra training as well, but
yeah. I mean, I think if I were to total up all of the hours I've studied, it's well over 1,000 with the continuing education classes
yeah.
that I just keep. What I've noticed with each teacher training, I just keep yearning for more. You think you're going, I think, and I don't know if this is true for you too, Christina. It's like I thought I would get to this pinnacle or this point where I was like, I understand now. But it's like I just continue to seek more and more knowledge. And the older I get, the less I realize I really know. So it's this lifelong journey towards self-knowledge and being able to sit within myself and have that container, this flesh suit that I occupy, be a safe place. And it wasn't always for me. And I think that's what really drew me to yoga in the first place as an adult, because I do have an experience with yoga as a child. But I took a break for a period of time and I came back to it in adulthood. And I remember this feeling like, oh, I'm home. This is comfortable. I'm safe here. And it was such a gift to give myself.
Yeah. Oh, I 1,000% agree with that. It's the one thing, it's like you're looking, you don't even know that you're looking through life for like this key or this thing. And it's not some big magic fix at all, but it is this thing where I personally, I won't speak for everybody, but or I personally felt like everything kind of went into place. And I was like, this is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to tell people how they could sign up?
Yeah. So there's, like I mentioned, Christina and I each have our own websites, and we do require you fill out an application form so that we know where you're coming from, what your intention is with this, and if you need help with things like a payment plan, if someone referred you. So we do require that you fill out the application form. Once you've done that, we get in touch with you, and then we would take your either $500 deposit, or if you wanted to get on that early bird special, then we would take that $2,750. And again, that is due by November 30th. But yeah, please don't be shy. Ask questions about those payment plans. If you're confused about the sign up process, please just reach out to one of us. I'll make sure that all of these links are right below this video in the little description section so that you can easily find everything you need. Christina, would you add anything to that as a studio owner? Because you are taking payment.
Yeah. No, anyway, yeah, we have it all set up and we're ready for you.
Cool. Yay.
Yeah.
And then how do people, if they have more questions, if they need more information, do you want to tell them what to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we've directed you a couple times, you could go to either one of our websites, imagineyogastudio.com, tessatovar.com, and there's a whole lots of information there. And then you can email either one of us. I think we're directing everybody to my email, which is info@imagineyogastudio.com. And feel free to reach us there, or this is on your YouTube, so I'm sure everybody knows how to get a hold of you. Why don't you give them your email address just in case?
It's tessa@tessatovar.com. So it's very easy. It's just my name.
Yeah.
Tovar is T-O-V as in Victor, A-R, and I'll make sure that also gets in the description below. I do want to mention one thing. Christy and I definitely have one more fun special announcement. This is a free class that we are offering in November and again in December. If we piqued your interest at all, we'd love for you to join a class with us so you can get a flavor and feel for what our teaching style is like and what your experience in teacher training might be like. So your first opportunity to join this free class is at Imagine Yoga Studio, and that will be held Saturday, November 12th at 1 p.m.
It's a 90-minute class, and we're going to both be leading that, and it'll be we'll lead you through some movement, and then yoga nidra and pranayama, which is the breath control, and then meditation as well. 90 minutes. It's going to be beautiful. And November 12th is Imagine's 10-year anniversary. So if you want to stay with us, you can hang out and come to the party afterwards.
Yeah, what a milestone. Congratulations, Christina. That is so cool.
Thanks. And then December 10th as well. I think, I'm not sure if you said that, but December 10th at 1 p.m. as well. Both of those are on the Imagine Yoga Studio website. And so sign up for those in advance. It is a free class, but space is limited. We're at 15. So if that's something that interests you, go onto the website and sign up for it.
Yay. Thank you so much, Christina. It's been a blast doing a little frequently asked question jam session with you. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so fun. Thank you. All right.